Do you ever doubt yourself? Like, do you ever go, I feel good in this situation. I feel good right now. I feel like what I just said, did, and everything, it was good. And then you step away from the situation and you're like, damn, should I have said that? Oh, maybe that wasn't right. Oh man, why did I do that? And you sit here and doubt yourself and go into this massive thought spiral about all the things that you could have done, should have done, would have done, had this, that, and the other not happened. And I had this situation happen to me recently, and it really made me aware how much I still doubt myself. So I want to do a video and see if you resonated with this too, and tell you how I moved through it. So I have 3 or 4 things that can help you move through self-doubt. The first thing is awareness. If you don't know that you're doubting yourself, you don't know what you don't know. So I had to set some alarms, like 2 to 3 alarms daily, to check in with my thoughts, to check in with my feelings, to check in with my 5 senses. What am I seeing? What am I hearing? What am I smelling and tasting and touching? And this actually changed my life. Oh, I got some tears. You must need to pay attention to this. Look. So these alarms actually taught me to be present, and eventually they taught me how to listen to my thoughts. Because at first the alarm would go off and my thoughts would just shut down. It'd be like, what was I just thinking about? I don't know. But going through all of my senses and what I was actually feeling inside really helped me catch on to the thoughts that I was thinking. And they weren't good. They weren't very good at all, actually. They were kind of negative. And there was a lot of doubt all day, every day. I doubted my decisions, whether it be, what am I making for dinner? What should I say to my friend? Should I go out with my friend? Should I do this with my son? Am I being a good parent? Am I being a good wife? Am I being a good employee? Am I being a good daughter? I doubted every single thing I did. Should I clean today? Should I not clean today? Should I be lazy today? The thoughts and the questions to myself were endless, and I couldn't make a decision because there was so much self-doubt. I could not just trust myself, and it was so frustrating. So this awareness, though, on knowing that I was actually doubting myself, and that was blocking me from confidence, from self-esteem, from action, from just trusting what I am supposed to do when I am supposed to do it, and it being okay. Acceptance. So that's a whole other video. But for guilt, the second thing that I had to do, and I actually did this recently, and I'm going to share with you how it worked. You have to ask yourself, am what I'm feeling guilty about right now, does it live in today, or is it from my past? Is it from programming? Is it from situations in the past that have shown me I am supposed to doubt myself in this situation? Or are you doubting yourself with somebody else and assuming what they are thinking of you, and then doubting everything that you did in a situation when they may not have any problems with it? So the second part of this is, should I feel guilty in today, right now? Do I need to feel guilty about this situation? And if it's something that you have done, like say you acted a certain way with your partner, with your kids, with your family, with your friends, then that question's for you. Did I act inappropriately, truly, in that situation? Not something I've judged myself before, but did I actually act inappropriately in that situation where I'm not okay with it? Oh, gotta pay attention. My eyes keep watering. So if you say yes, you should, I acted in a way I shouldn't have in that situation. Not I think I did, but I did. And you know it. So the next part of that is, what can I do differently the next time I'm in that situation? Really visualize yourself in the situation doing what you should have, would have, could have done that would make you feel better. Not for the other person. This is just for you, for your behavior, for your thoughts, for your peace and confidence. And if the question is, oh, did the other person, 444 on the timer, did the other person think that I acted inappropriately? Even though I think I was doing a good thing, but I'm not really sure, but I'm just gonna sit in this thought spiral of all the things I could have, would have, and should have done. Well, maybe I didn't need to could have, would have, should have myself But how am I going to know this? How am I going to feel better in this situation? I have to ask the other person so I can just stop doubting myself and have more confidence. So I had a situation recently where a friend of mine that I hang out with once a week, we're on a team together. She was having a bad day. She was calling me, telling me she was going to be late. And I was like, oh, she didn't sound like she was having a bad day. And I was like, do you want to talk about it? I had a minute, and I wanted to listen and try to be there for her. So she's telling me about her situation, and I made the intention, just listen, Amber, just listen. And I didn't just listen. She was telling me things that sounded so familiar to my heart, so familiar in my past, and I have really had to reflect. And I've had to read books and listen to podcasts and all kinds of stuff to teach myself the things that I was asking her. But some of them were kind of intrusive in a way. And at one point she was like, I don't even know why I'm telling you this. And I was like, okay, and then she got where she was going. And we talked about some really good things. Like, I feel like I in the moment, I felt like, oh, well, maybe this helped, right? So we get off the phone, she gets where she's going, and she at the end, she's like, thank you for talking me off the ledge, like the emotional edge, or ledge. And I sat with myself for just a minute. Actually, it was more like 20 minutes, if I'm keeping it real. It was like 20 minutes. And I'm just sitting here doubting myself, because she's the type of person, she has like a heart of gold. She would give you the shirt off her back. She would say anything to make somebody feel better. If somebody's down and out, she's going to be the first person there, even if it puts her out. Like, she's just a light in this world. She's just the sweetest person ever. So she would never tell me like, why can't you just shut up and listen? She would never tell me like, oh, you made it worse. I just don't see her doing that unless I was like really out of control. So I sit here for 20 minutes bashing myself and just like, oh, I should have listened more. Like, oh, I'm going to make this weird. I was sitting here really trying to do a good thing, and I was thinking I was doing a good thing, but maybe I didn't. And I was like, Amber, stop. I like literally looked at the time, and I'm like, you've been sitting here acting and feeling guilty over something you don't even know if you need to feel guilty about. And then I had to ask myself, do I need to feel guilty in this situation? How am I going to know this? I have to ask. And to clear my side of the street now, I'll apologize, whether I think I need to or not. It's not for the other person. Apologies and forgiveness and all this asking for forgiveness, it's not for the other person. It's not to give them a pass. It's not to give yourself a pass, really. It's just to take accountability, which I didn't do for like 40 years, but now I'm doing. So I texted her and, I was like, I am really sorry. I had really meant to listen, and sometimes I just have to shut up and not try to fix it. And I didn't mean to make things worse, and I'm really sorry if I did. I was like, you've got this situation, trust yourself. You're a light, hun. It's all good. Just trying to at least be encouraging like I had really intended to do. And then I get off the phone, I get off my text, I put my phone down, and I kind of just go into like F it mode. Like, I suck, I'm a bad friend. God only knows what she's gonna think or respond with. And it's like 2 hours later, I don't do anything. I'm like, maybe I'll just go to bed. And I was having a kind of a rough week. Our son broke his collarbone, and we had just gotten back from the doctor. And so I was just a little like, not overwhelmed, but I'm just sitting here bashing myself and feeling guilty. So right before I go to bed, I look at my phone, and she had texted. I had my phone on silent. And she's like, oh, you didn't make anything worse. You actually helped me realize some things about myself. And I really appreciate that. She's like, it was really great timing, and thank you for the kind words. And I'm all, so I have just spent a good 2.5 hours feeling guilty over something I didn't need to feel guilty about. However, in my past, I have been told that I talk too much. I have been told that I don't listen. But I have really made strides. I have listened to so many things and read so many things to help me with that problem. And I've been doing it. Like, I feel like I'm a better listener now. And I usually can come up with things that are helpful. Maybe not all the time. I do like to fix things. I can't help it. So all that story being said, I had to stop myself and make sure. I could have saved myself all that time had I just like called her back and been like, was that bad? Did I make you feel worse? I could have like literally stopped it right away. But I didn't let it last hours or days or never ask at all. Isn't that what we usually do? We don't even bother to ask. We're like, oh, well, it must be me. I shouldn't have done that. And then we just beat ourselves up. We don't come up with a solution. I don't know. I can't speak for you. Sorry. I don't usually try to come up with a solution. I didn't usually ask and make sure, like, I didn't want to put myself out there. I didn't want to really, it wasn't that I didn't want to take accountability, but it kind of was. I didn't want to hear what the other person had to say. I didn't really want the other person to tell me, yeah, that sucked, Amber. Why didn't you just listen? I wasn't mentally prepared to handle those emotions. So, but now I am. And it's taken practice. It has taken me checking that my mind isn't where everybody else's mind is. Just because I'm sitting here bashing myself, chances are, from what I have learned by asking myself and others, do I need to feel guilty? No. And that means I can trust myself the next time. However, if you ask yourself, do I need to feel guilty? Was that inappropriate? Then really honor that. 11:11 on the timer. And some engine going by saying, honor that. It's important to honor that because now you're aware. You don't have to bash yourself for it. You don't have to sit here and, feel guilty and become shameful. No. What am I going to do next time? That's the solution. How am I going to handle this the next time it comes up with whoever, whenever, whatever this situation is, how am I going to change it? And then do it. That's all you have to do. Then the last thing is allow this situation to help you have trust and acceptance in yourself. If you needed to feel guilty because it's a lesson for you to learn, now you have a solution. Now you have confidence the next time that you go into it and you don't have to feel bad. It's a lesson. It's a lesson. Everything that comes into our awareness is a lesson. It can be, if you want to view it that way. And then if you find out, like you ask yourself, like, am I supposed to feel guilty? Do I need to feel guilty in this situation, in reality right now? Or is this from my past? And if it's from your past, you've already learned. You no longer have to feel guilty. And you can have the confidence to know the next time you go into this situation, you can remind yourself, I don't have to feel guilty. That was the past version of me, right? We have past versions of ourselves and they don't have to be in right now. They don't have to be in our future, but we have to release them. And to release them, we have to accept them. We have to accept what we've done in the past that has caused this guilt to bubble up. And then we have to let it go, and to let it go with either a solution or acceptance that it's no longer now, because that's always nice. Regardless, you're going to take something away from this situation of guilt if you allow yourself to. So when you allow yourself to shut down that inner critic, however long it takes, it used to take me days, weeks, months, years, decades. It took me shame. It took guilt turning into shame, which was so detrimental to my health. And now I don't have to do that anymore. Why? Because I know now I can just ask myself and I can see what my reality is right now, because that creates my reality later. Your experiences now, your lessons now, your guilt now, it can all be something to turn into something beautiful right now and then later. And then you slowly let go of all those little guilt bubbles. you let the wave of growth, the wave of acceptance, and then just let it run out of you like water. You don't have to, that's your past version, 222 on the timer. You don't have to deal with that. It's over. What you did in the past, even if that's in like this present moment, minus 5 minutes ago, it's still in the past. It's still in the past. How are you going to handle it in the future? How are you going to handle it right now and moving forward? That's all that matters. That's all that matters. I didn't know that for 40 years, but it's true. So, in summary, awareness. Do you feel guilt? Do you doubt yourself? Do you doubt yourself like all the time or at all? So when that doubt comes up, and I'm making the intention right now that this video is going to help you realize that when doubt comes up the next time, or guilt or whatever in those categories, you are going to remember this. You are going to become aware, and you are going to ask yourself the second thing. Do I need to feel guilty? Do I need to feel guilty? Do I need to ask someone? if I should feel guilty, so I could just release that crap if it doesn't need to be here. And then whatever your answer is, we're going to honor it. We're going to honor it. And we're either going to find a solution to the next time so we don't have to experience this again. Or if we don't have to feel guilty because our friend tells us, nah, man, it's all good, then you're like, oh, I can trust myself next time. And then the third thing, allow confidence to settle in. Allow trust to settle in. And allow every situation that comes up to be a lesson or something that you get to take away. You get to gain. You get to gain. Every experience is up to you on how you experience it, how you deal with it, how you take it in and let guilt turn to shame, or how you set it down and just be like, no, I got this. I got this next time, or I got this now. One way or another, you got this. That's all you need to know. All right, if you like this video, I would love it if you would like it, and so I can pass this on to other people. And if you think somebody else could benefit from this, I would be so appreciative if you would please share it, and subscribe or follow me, because I want to resonate. I want to show people like, you're in control of your reality. You create your reality, just like I create mine. So let's change it into whatever we want, whatever we desire, whatever movie we want to make. That's our life. So if I can help with that, amazing. I hope to see you next time. I hope you have a great day, and thank you so much for listening. If you made it to the end, many blessings and abundance to you. I love you. I'll talk to you later. Bye.